Boards, games, it's what I like to play. Games, to enjoy my day. Games are things I like to play. Games to enjoy my day. Today I'll play a fact and a half, and I will try to tell the truth just enough that you then cannot really discern, is this real or is it not? I guess you will learn. I'll say some stuff you'll think, is it true? And then who'll be voting? It's voting from you. Game, fact and a half. It's what I'm going to play. A fact and a half to enjoy the day. Hello and good evening, good afternoon, good whatever it is, wherever you are. And I hope that you are all generally well. Today it is Tuesday, which means that I am streaming and it is 8 p.m. So as I've been doing for over a year now, 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. New York, like 5 a.m. Sydney. It is Tabletop Tuesdays. And today I am going to be playing a fact and a half. I tell some stories. You have to think in your mind, was it real or was it not real? We are going to have a wee bit of a do-do-do. So, you'll have a wee bit of a ponder, you'll have a wee bit of a think. Am I actually doing these things, or does it have a bit of a stink of fiction? Fact or fiction? That's ultimately what you have to decide. Now, let's start off with some sort of introduction. For those who've watched any of these shows previously, I am Bez. I am best known for Yogi. Here's Yogi. Here's version of Yogi Guru. I don't know what language this is, but Ankurampuyu Yogi. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ginos. What language is this? Genosgames.com. Yep, I do not. Milano. Is that Italian? I don't know. But yeah, I'm well known for Yogi. It's literally an international thing now. I'm also known for Kitty Cataclysm and the L deck. And the L deck is the thing that I'm proudest of. But recently, I've also been doing a wee bit of parlour games. And I want to say hello. Thank you to two wonderful people who've just jumped in. So hello, Bodhi, all the way from the Netherlands. And hello, Games of Fire. I do not often see you, so it is lovely to see you. And I hope that you are both, I hope that's all three of you. Hello, Flo. I hope that everyone is generally well. How are you doing? What are you up to? Oh my gosh. Hello, James. This is lovely. So many wonderful people. Now there is an audience. Oh, this is just wonderful. And let me ask you, what is the last thing that you drank? What time is it? Where are you based? That's the question that I always ask. So I hope that you are all very well. The last thing I've been drinking is a big bottle of water. There is a sticker on it that says kombucha, but the sticker is a lie because this was actually brought to me during my 400th stream, and I'm still drinking from this, just rinsing out the plastic and washing it and reusing it because, yep, it's a good bottle. That's fundamentally it. Snap. Tap water. It's where it's at. Oh my gosh. Everyone's all about the water. Boom. And yes, we are all about the water because water is just a fantastic thing. I mean, it is like just such an essential part of our world. It's essential for crops, for our own healthy bodies. I mean, there was a book apparently that, oh my gosh, there's so many people drinking water and 12:06 p.m. Oh, so you're Pacific time. I guess Pacific time, does that mean that you're never West Coast of, are you in the West Coast of the USA? I guess. I should say, I am in London as per usual. I am a bit north of Finsbury Park, and it is 8:07 currently. Yeah, water. Water is such a brilliant thing. Games of Fire, I am glad you are doing well. What have you been enjoying? What have you been enjoying? Today, what are some of your recent highlights? I had a quick walk around. I had a quick wander. I managed to get to the post office. I managed to send something that, it sounds like a tiny, tiny task, but it's something that I've been putting off for a while. And sometimes just getting those tiny, tiny tasks finally done, that's what it's all about. And shout out to Las Vegas. You know, this just feels more and more international. And yeah, water, that's where it's at. Now, I am going to say tonight, it is not just me that's here. There is at least one other person. And, you know, hopefully Molly can get to camera. I don't know if you can hear me, Molly, but oh, I think Molly's just get... Hello, Molly. You are muted still. Can you say something?
I'm not.
You were muted 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, I pressed on both of the game things, and it actually kept me muted and kept me camera, so I don't know what happened.
Well, thank you for joining us, as always, Molly. Tonight, or today, or whatever you want to call it, we are going to be telling stories about ourselves. And then we have to come clean. After we have been questioned, after we have been interrogated, we have to come clean. Was it true or was it not? You know how this game works, don't you?
I do.
Molly? Molly? Molly?
I'm here.
Is a friend of me. That is Molly, and this is me. Can you hear me okay, Molly?
Can you hear me okay?
You seem to be cutting in and out a wee bit there, Molly. But I hope something weird is happening.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Can I...
Ooh. I wonder if Molly's internet is just a wee bit bad, but how was Molly's sound for everyone else? I mean, for me, it was kind of going like that, kind of, not literally that noise, but kind of cutting in and cutting out. But what I am going to do is explain how the game works. And then, for me, the voice was also freezing, but if just the video was freezing, then thank you for giving us that information flow. Much appreciated. It's always useful to have these kinds of tech, what's the word I'm looking for? Troubleshooting help from the audience. So thank you very much for that. Yeah, so if anyone wants to shout out about recent highlights, then feel free. Otherwise, I am going to start off the game. I'm going to tell you about recent highlights, and you'll have to decide, is it true or not? So, my very small recent highlight is that today I had fish and chips. Now, the way this game plays, I make a statement, or anyone on the video chat makes a statement. Anyone in chat is allowed to ask a question about it. For example, you could ask, where did you buy the fish and chips? What did it taste like? How often do you have fish and chips? Why did you have this fish and chips? And you could ask any of these sorts of questions. And then I would answer. I have to answer one question from everyone. I must answer one question from everyone. If we have a lot of people to get through, sometimes I say, okay, once you've answered one question, that's it. But the way it is today. We'll just kind of keep it. And the other thing that I want to say is just to let people know, if you would like to be part of this video and give your own facts or fiction, then let me know. And that is actually the link. If you would like to join me, I know basically all of you well enough that if you would like to join me, you can. But fish and chips. I'm going to answer. So let's pretend. Which condiment did you use? That's a good question. So when I go to fish and chips and they ask, do you want salt and vinegar? I always say yes, and plenty of vinegar, but only on the chips. Now you don't get. So hello, Molly.
Hey, I don't know what happened. I accidentally kicked myself out.
I can hear you better now. I have already started the game, but we can have a break after a few minutes and introduce you properly. But my fact or fiction is that I had fish and chips.
Great.
So, Flo asks which condiments I used. I know this is a bit avant-garde, but I had some spicy sauce. It was just the salt and vinegar, and then when I brought it back home, I had this red hot chili sauce, and I sprinkled that on top, onto the chips. And that's what I had with my fish and chips. Any other questions? Got this fish and chips today. Bought it just 2 minutes down the road. Bought it as a reward for going to the post office. I felt good about going to the post office because sometimes you don't want to go to the post office. Do you know what I mean? Do you have any questions, Molly?
Yeah, I think I saw you smile a little earlier. Why did you smile a little when you talked about going down the road? It seemed a little suspicious there. A little subtle.
Well, I just didn't. I don't know. Like, I just okay. The truth is, I haven't been getting out that much these days, and I'm just thinking, it's nice to actually get out. You know what I mean? Because since I did my 400th stream, I've lost that whole I'm getting out of the house before I do my streaming. So actually making it out of the house while it's still light, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to feel good about that.
Right. That's fair. We got a couple questions coming in here.
The chips were not soggy. It is literally just 2 minutes away. They were very fine chips, I will have you know. And the fish was deliciously battered. It was a fresh fish. What did I drink with it? I had some water on the side. That was it. Just, what was the weather like? Today, the weather was lovely. It wasn't too hot. It was quite cool. It was like a little bit colder than ideal. I mean, but I like temperature in the 30s. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but I like, hot. I like hot. But yeah, I went out basically just wearing this dress. I wasn't wearing any bottoms. It was good. It was good weather.
How did these compare to fish and chips at other restaurants nearby?
Well, there is only 2 fish and chips shops that I know that are within 10 minutes walk. Mm-hmm. This one that just opened up during lockdown, that's 2 minutes away. And the old one, George's, which is about 10 minutes away. The new one is actually better. It tastes fresher. And yep, I think it's really good. Oh my gosh. And hello, Runa. It is lovely to see you. Thank you. I was wondering about you because I saw you weren't streaming, and I hope you're generally well. Lots of love. So shouts out to Runa and hopefully Runa Elinur. There we go. Who is just a wonderful crafter and also
cool.
Any other questions about this fish and chips or about my fish and chips habit? Okay. Runa has heat stroke with 22 degrees Celsius outside. That doesn't sound that hot. That sounds, in fact,
Yeah.
very marginally chilly. That sounds like jumper weather to me. But oh, I'm so sorry. Like, hopefully you'll be getting better. Hopefully you'll feel better soon. Lots of love to Runa, and I hope that you, yeah, just.
That's no
Oh
good.
wow! Oh my gosh, that's. I can't believe it. Like how fair Runa is. But yeah, just lots of love. We were to Texas. Ah, you were on holiday. Ah, I hope you enjoyed your time off. Anyway, oh, Texas is one of the Northern Islands in Netherlands. Anyway, so
cool.
If no one else has any comments about fish and chips, then I will call a vote. So, are you ready to vote? Do you think that I did have fish and chips as a special treat earlier today after I went to the post office? Or do you think I did not? Do you think it's all a lie? That's the question. Okay, so if you're in chat, don't vote yes or no yet. Wait, please don't type in. But Molly, are you ready to vote? Okay, so if you're in chat, I will do a countdown. 5. So type in false or truth. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, everyone, press enter, press enter, press enter. And now, Molly, reveal yours. False. Molly, you're muted again. Molly.
I literally started to write T for true, and then I changed it last minute.
Oh, so, interesting.
It was definitely it was a borderline.
Well, Flo thinks it's the truth. Runa thinks it's the truth. Games of Fire agrees with you, Molly, and thinks it was a lie. So either way, whichever it was, I have fooled half the people, which means I did a really good job because I got it right on the border. But I want to inform everyone that it was, in fact, not true.
Woohoo!
So the truth is that there is a fish and chips place down there. I have had fish and chips from it in the past, but not today.
Yeah, it was that little smile. I suspected.
Okay, so Games of Fire, you win a point. Molly, you win a point, and I also win a point.
You gotta hear my fact and a half.
Flo was apparently jealous of my of my fish and chips.
That's a good reason.
So, bye, Runa. Have a good sleep, and have a lovely night. Lots of love.
I mean, I can go quick.
Okay.
Okay. I have lived in 9 cities for at least a month.
Say that again.
I have lived in 9 cities for at least a month.
9 cities for at least 1 month. Okay, the first question is the obvious one. Which cities?
Anchorage, Alaska, St. Louis, Missouri, New Haven, Connecticut, Washington, D.C., Miami, Florida. Let's see, I did St. Louis, New Haven, D.C., Miami, Anchorage, Accra, Ghana, Brooklyn, New York, Boston, Mass, and Boulder, Colorado.
Runa asks.
Villages. I don't. I mean, I do if I, but none of the places I mentioned were a village. They were all actual cities.
Big cities.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of them were quite small. Like Boulder's tiny, but I but it's still a city.
Okay. Because, and I encourage everyone in chat to ask all the questions, but if we don't have some, have you ever lived in a village?
No. That sounds awesome. I would love to live in a village. It depends on the village. There are Spanish villages you can actually get for free, or you could about 6 years ago, you could get a Spanish village for free because they just didn't know what to do with them. They were falling apart, these medieval villages. But I've never lived in one.
What? A Spanish village? You don't own a village?
No, the government was actually asking people to get them for free. They were like wanting to basically give them away just for even like taking care of them. Yeah, if you put in like Spanish village free or something, or purchase medieval Spanish village. So I don't love the restaurants in St. Louis. When I was growing up, it was Bread Company, St. Louis Bread Company, which is now Panera. But I really, oh, that's cute. I mean, you can close your eyes while you're on. You won't notice.
Bye-bye, Rima.
I would say, I mean, I don't really have one because I keep kosher and there aren't great kosher restaurants in St. Louis. There's a decent Indian place.
Indian food is, I mean, you can get vegetarian stuff, although foreign Indian food is more often meat-based than actual Indian food, if you know what I mean.
No, when I was in India traveling, I did eat out at Indian places that were not certified kosher, but actually a lot of Hindus don't eat meat. There is a ton of vegetarian, not kosher certified food in India. But they have unique rules about cheese. So I was actually able to eat out at restaurants in India that did not have American cheese. I checked with a rabbi. Not really official, but he said it was okay because they don't use animal rennet in their cheese.
So is all vegan food by definition kosher?
No.
Okay, side question, what is kosher?
People spend a year learning that in rabbinical school, so I'm not going to try to cover it on your live stream. Yeah. If you had 5 minutes, I would tell you in like a summary of rules in 5 minutes, but it's like someone told me that they actually study it for a whole year. And I've been studying it like my entire life. Learning more and more.
Blimey.
Yeah.
This is unrelated to anything, but I just remembered. I'm recently watching Mrs. Maisel's, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Rob remembers you saying that you were on that show. Was that actually true?
I am in second season, episode 5. When they're
Okay, I watched that a few days ago. I will have to watch it again sometime and keep an eye out for you.
Yeah, you'll see me if you know what I look like. I look very different. They gave me a really cute 1950s haircut, and I don't have glasses. So I look very different, to say the least.
There were lots of people that you could have been then. Okay, so back to the... Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's what I look like. Now you'll be able to find me more easily.
Okay, so you've lived in 9 cities for over a month. Where was your favorite city?
I don't have one.
And where was the place you stayed in the shortest amount of time?
Anchorage, Alaska was 37 days. Last summer.
Okay. It seems that people don't really have any additional questions. So if people don't have any additional questions, then let's move on to the voting. And so I'm going to say, if you are in the chat, I'm just going to give a thumbs up or thumbs down. Oh, Games of Fire.
I was born in St. Louis. That's where I lived for my first 19 years and again later. So, unless anyone else has any more questions, I'm going to do a countdown. And then once I reach 0, please be ready to press enter with the answer, whether it's false or truth. So everyone, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press enter. Do you think it was truth or false? I think it was true.
But let's see, what do people think? Flo thinks it was true. And Runa also said true prematurely. So that still counts as a premature thing. And Gamesifier says true. So if it's false, you've fooled literally everyone.
It was true. Good job.
Yes. Boom. I'm quite happy with that. So that means that Runa and Flo, you are on the scoreboard. I will have to PM Runa. And Gamesifier and I get our second point. Okay, my next statement. I am going to say that oops, yay, congratulations. My next statement. I had a dream about Molly.
That could be kind of creepy. I don't know.
I had a dream that we were flying on this giant sheep and basically eating cheese together. But I was teaching you because I was kind of just astonished that you did not know proper blue cheese. So, yes, I was kind of teaching you the ways of blue cheese.
Which night was this?
It was 2 nights ago.
Why didn't you tell me earlier? We're in pretty regular touch.
I've not spoken to you for at least a couple of days.
Facebook chat is a thing. Hello. How did you feel in the dream?
I was like, wow. Huh. That was interesting. That was a dream. Like the whole giant, it was like a kind, in retrospect, I mean, if we were actually riding through the air at fast speed on a giant sheep, like now that I actually think about it, it would be quite problematic in terms of the wind against you and like maybe difficulty in breathing and that. But in the dream, it was just like totally peaceful. And we were just kind of up, above the clouds, like giant airplanes. And it was like just flying. I don't know how the sheep was flying. It was just kind of floating. But yeah, that left a really strong visual memory.
I don't think I have further questions. This does sound a lot like a story you'd make up on the spot.
I can't hear you very well. I'm going to answer Flo's question of, could you see the earth below and what was the scenery? No, I don't remember seeing the earth below. I just kind of knew that we were in the air and in the clouds, but somehow these like cheese waiters, like they just came to us. Like the cheese was just there. It was like the sheep was so big that you could just wander around, and upon the sheep was all the cheese. It was like there was a stockpile of cheese on the sheep's back. But I just knew it was in the air.
I'm suspicious. This sounds.
Is Molly cutting out for anyone else?
Something you would just kind of make up. Did you just?
Oh yeah.
No.
You are cutting out apparently. I think I got the gist of what you're saying. You're suspicious. It's something that I would be making up. I think I made that out. Was there anything else to eat besides cheese? I don't think there was anything else. I think it was basically just me and Molly and this sheep that was kind of flying through the air, and yeah, it was like there was cheese. It was just cheese. There wasn't any crackers or anything. It was literally just cheese. It was so much cheese. It was great. Oh, Molly. Hello, Molly. Are you back with us?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Are you feeling ready to vote?
I think so.
Games of Fire, Flo, I hope you are feeling ready to vote. And if you are, if you're not, if you have another question, because there's just a few of us, you can ask another question and I will answer it. But if you are ready to vote, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In the chat, press enter. Ooh. Molly thinks that it's a lie. Flo thinks it's the truth. What do you think, Games of Fire? I'm assuming you are going to be voting. So I'm not going to... Oh, truth. Well, I did have a dream. I did have a dream about a game designer, but it wasn't Molly.
I don't want to be friends anymore. You're dreaming about other people.
Wow, that... Okay, so I've scored my 3rd point because I fooled everyone. And Molly scores a 2nd point for knowing me so well, or being able to see through my terrible, terrible lies. Yeah, I had my actual dream was of this amazing bright green bird, and it was glowing, and then I was trying to get amazing photographs of it just so I could put them onto Twitter and tag Elizabeth Hargrave.
That's cool. I'm a little peeved, not gonna lie, that I didn't get chosen for your dream, you know. But I might stay on another minute or two. We'll see. Yeah, not
well.
Not
it doesn't reflect. It doesn't reflect our friendship, Molly. It doesn't reflect my deep respect for you.
I think the subconscious reflects our friendship even more. The subconscious is telling you who and what you really care about. Yeah, you better start dreaming about me soon, and I want to hear all the details.
Wow.
Oh man, let's see if someone in the chat wants to go.
The issue with people in the chat going is that then the asking questions is really slow, but if anyone does want to jump in, have said folk can. But are you starting to struggle with coming up with stuff?
Me?
I was thinking we could go back and forth a couple of times and then...
Yeah, I just thought they might want to go because, you know, then they can type their answers and stuff. I figured, but they might have lies they want to share.
I mean, if anyone does want to come on, and you can even keep your video off and stay as audio only, do let me know, and you would be welcome to. Cool. But Molly, let's hear from you.
I would like to present to you with the following fact and a half. I have enjoyed catching rides in a few countries for free via entirely traditional hitchhiking methods.
Okay, clarifying questions. A few countries. What do you mean?
3, Ghana, Israel, the US, and US Virgin Islands, which is still technically US.
Ghana, USA, and...
Israel.
Israel, okay. Why not more countries?
Those are just the ones where I felt safest doing it. It's possible I've done it in other countries and forgotten, but I don't think I have. And also,
okay.
In my younger years, I didn't hitchhike as often, so.
Were you by yourself, asks Flo.
I have done it both alone and occasionally together, like with my aunt out in Colorado or with someone with a few people in Ghana.
Are you still comfortable hitchhiking? Is this something that you would do now, like next month?
Absolutely.
in these days with COVID?
Oh, I would still do it today.
Okay. Well, I think I know what I believe. I have only hitchhiked once personally, but I think Molly's a wee bit more adventurous. But yeah, Molly, did you regret it?
Never, no regrets.
Do you take any safety precautions?
I would say that I was never scared. There were times when I was kind of like hyper aware and cautious, but yeah. Yeah, it's really, really safe in Ghana, but because of the people I ended up being with in the US, I actually felt very safe, I would say, in the US as well. Yeah, I'm trying to think. That's a great question, Phil. I think, or no, Games of Fire. I think, in general, the way that I did it in all three countries, it felt safe enough.
So, safety precautions. Are there any safety precautions or tips that you would give to hitchhikers?
Yes, try to chat with someone first before arranging a ride if you can, and look into their eyes. People betray things with their eyes, like that show, something questionable. Don't get in the car. And don't trust charming people. Charming people are dangerous, or by and large, I have not encountered someone who was too charming, but trusting nerds, people who are a little shy, who like, no, this is a little weird, is my inclination over trusting.
Wait, so are you saying I'm not charming?
Kinda.
Well, clearly we're not friends.
We're just not going to be friends after this call, basically.
Yeah, I didn't dream about you. You're insulting me, and then next, question like I'm going to be talking trash about you. Okay. So you've got the thumb up, and then you have a little bit of a conversation before he gets into the car. That's what you're saying.
You have, well, you asked me for tips, and I was just saying, like, I think it's better to,
because
to touch base with the person a little before, like a conversation.
Because I mean, when you do the thumb up, and then someone comes by, and then they say, "Oh, gets in," and so you say, "No, don't get in." At least have a bit of like 30 seconds of dialogue before he gets in. That's what you're saying.
I mean, whatever it takes. So.
Okay. Molly is you are cutting in and out a wee bit, but hopefully everyone in the chat is ready to vote on, is it a truth or is it not? What do you think? Is it a fact or is it a fake? So I'm going to count down as I always do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In the chat, press enter and give your vote, because I personally think that it is true. That's what I believe. Oh, Flo thinks it's false. And hello, Keys. Hello, Keys. Thank you for joining us. Who thinks it's a fact? Games of Fire also thinks it's a fact. So 3 of us think it's true, but Flo doesn't believe you. Now, who is correct?
This is one of my trickiest ones. You had to pay very close attention. I said that I hitchhiked in a few countries using entirely traditional hitchhiking methods. So it is in fact false. There is a lie in there. I have hitchhiked in 3 countries. I don't use traditional methods. I have at times, like I'll put out my thumb in Israel and Ghana sometimes, but I also will flag down a car or get to know someone at the airport and be like, hey, you want to split a ride? Oh, your own car. Do you mind if I share? Is that okay? So like, get to know. You never asked, do you put your exactly? Sometimes I did, but I don't use entirely traditional methods. I can avoid. I get like know someone at the airport or get to know someone by just chatting with them at the side and then put the thumb out. I have also done this, but I decided to make it like a slight lie because I was kind of being obnoxious. So just for fun. So essentially, like I do hitchhike, but I think that traditionally, like you just put your thumb out and just go. Whereas like other times I've like actually chatted with someone like at a train station or elsewhere, and then they're like, "Oh, do you want to ride?" And I'm like, "Oh, sure, that'd be great." But like having even like 3 minutes of conversation at an airport first has led me to trust people more. So Flo, you were correct. Everyone else, you can still feel good about yourselves because I mean, like there was a lot of truth in there.
Okay, so I mean, I don't think that's
like,
too tricksy. I think that unless you're on the side of a road, people come by and you meet them with the intent to go. I don't think that's really hitchhiking. So yeah, I've
hitched rides without putting my thumb out and by putting my thumb out. So it's kind of a bit of both. But that's interesting. That's actually, so maybe this is disqualified on a technicality because it's I guess we'd have to look up the definition of hitchhiking and see if it includes the other way of catching rides.
Because if you speak to someone at an airport, but it wasn't like explicit at the start, and like you that pushed forwards that you want the ride, I don't think that counts as hitchhiking at all. I would agree with you. And he says, not trusting a charming person.
I have to look. I mean, flag people down. Sometimes I talk about directions. So I guess that's sort of borderline. Yeah.
So
okay, so I can say like this one doesn't count on a technicality.
I mean, don't lose Flo the point.
Oh no, you went quiet.
But I am going to put you up on the scoreboard keys, and unless we want to just eliminate that whole, round from our memory, because it's like, okay, Molly has kind of hitchhiked, but we kind of get into the what is hitchhiking, what is not hitchhiking, and I don't think anyone really minds too much.
Yeah, what I should have said is I'm looking at the definition, and sometimes it's including the thumb or like a passing vehicle and so on. So it depends on actually the dictionary you use.
Key says, I would not hitchhike with Bez because she would talk my ear off, but she is charming. Oh my gosh. Okay, I am going to tell my facts and a half. My facts and a half is that to the best of my memory, the second company that ever reached out to solicit one of my games was a Russian company that I had, and I was super excited by this. Okay. So the second publisher that, to the best of my memory, that said, hey, we would like to publish this game was a small Russian company that I got super excited by. Do you have any questions? That's a good question. I can't remember. It was a company that I had never heard of before, And then they said, oh, these are our other games that we've done. And I looked them up, and the other games, they had, a few ratings, and they seemed to be a legit company. But yeah, I hadn't heard of them before. I was excited because it was someone wanting to do, a big foreign translation. And I was almost thinking, oh, they want to do the Russian version. Well, that doesn't cost me anything. It's not like I have to stop doing the English version. That was part of what was exciting about it for me. Molly, I hear, but not much else. I think Molly might be struggling. What did they want to call your game? I don't think they actually said they suggested any name, but this was for the game that was formerly known as In a Bind. And I've actually got a copy of that right here. So it's the game formerly known as In a Bind and now known as Yogi, which I've got. So that was the game, but they never actually suggested what they wanted to call it. I assumed they would have called it something different.
Here.
Keys suggests that Molly is beating the cat. I don't know what's going through your imagination, Keys. That sounds slightly disturbing. I'm not going to lie. Why would you imagine that Molly is beating a cat? That just sounds so horrible. I mean, why is anyone beating any creature or any animal? That's just... Oh, Keys. Hello, Molly. Can you hear me? Molly? Oh, our internet connection is not so great today. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, anyway, so Russian company wanted to, second person who offered me a contract. It was for In a Bind, and I can't remember the name of the company. But yeah, anyone else got any other questions about this? About how they offered the thing, or about any other discussions? Apparently Keys finished a discussion with a friend who hates his girlfriend's cat. Oh, he cannot sleep in the same bed with his girlfriend because of the cat. That sounds like a problem. It sounds like they shouldn't be together, frankly. But oh, Keys said the same. Wow. Two fools, one thought. Okay. Molly.
Let's see if this works.
Is this a new connection?
Yes, I'm seeing if my computer will work again. How did they find you? How did the company find you?
Okay, so this was during the time that I was running my Kickstarter. And this was back in 2014 when I ran my first Kickstarter, which was for In a Bind. And then two companies, like the first one was someone that I'd heard of, and I was even more excited about that one. And then the second one was this Russian company. And then I was like, wow, actually, I might go with this Russian company because it doesn't hurt me. It's not like I can do stuff in Russian myself.
Right. So did you really want to go for it, or did you decide not to go for it?
In the end, I decided not to go for it. In the end, because I did, I still hope that I'll make other games that sell as much, if not even more, or maybe one day, but I did kind of think it could be a really big deal, and I don't want to sign, Russian rights away, just in case.
Yeah, I hear that. Being careful.
Hmm.
Yeah, sorry.
We've got a random comment. You seem very nice, and Keys would take you in his car if you were hitchhiking, but the problem is Keys is a very charming person, so you would not get in, apparently.
Yeah, I can't trust you. That's all. No trust. No trust.
I mean, basically, Molly's going to say that none of us are charming, basically, because we're all too geeky to be charming.
I mean, geeky can be charming too.
But yeah, anyway, do you feel like you have any other questions, or shall I move to voting?
I think we should vote.
Okay, everyone, type in, but don't press enter. True for lie. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press enter. Truth or lie? What do you think? Truth or lie? What do you think? Molly thinks it was true. Flo thinks it was a lie. And I'll wait for other people to... Oh, Keys thinks it's true. And have I split the vote perfectly down the middle? Yes, I have. Yes. Oh, Games of Fire thinks it's false. Keys didn't. The subject was, do you think that my second company that ever was wanting to offer a contract for one of my games was a Russian company that I'd never heard the name of before? It was actually true. So that means that Keys wins a point, Molly wins a point, and I managed to win a point. So that means that currently Molly and I are in joint first place, and then coming up behind is Games of Fire and Flo, and then Runa and Keys, you are on the scoreboard. I know Runa's gone now, but Keys, you're also on the scoreboard. So let's do one last round.
But we only have a few minutes left, so I actually need to probably wrap up just to make sure I'm off by 4.
Yep. I mean, so you don't have time for one last truth or lie from you?
Yeah, I don't. Not so easily.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Well, it has been lovely, and if anyone wants to... So, yep, that is the end. The people on camera managed to win, but I'm going to give let's see, add some points to Flo. Let me try and find Flo_B. You will get 500 points. And congratulations to Flo. And also congratulations to Games of Fire. Thank you very much for joining in. And you get 500 points. And amazing. Everyone else. And Keys, I will key the key maker music 250 as a consolation prize.
Woo! Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Yeah, thank you everyone for being part of it. It was lovely to have you. Oh my gosh, I just remembered. I never actually did the introduction like I said I would. Please let us know, Molly, where do you like to be found?
You can find me on Instagram. That's the best place, at Flying Leap Games. You can also, if you just want to see games we make, flyingleapgames.com, or Lesser Active Flying Leap Games on Facebook. Those are the best places. So I would say Instagram you can put in the chat if you want, or I can give it to you on the back chat.
I've managed to find your website, and if you paste in the Instagram, then I will pop that in as well.
Great.
I can probably find it in Flying. Is Instagram just Flying Leap?
Instagram, yeah, Flying Leap Games. Flying Leap Games.
Flying Leap Games. And so, yes, if you want to check out all the things from Molly, then check out Molly's party games and creativity and all sorts of lovely things coming up at Flying Leap Games. If you want to check me out, then of course I am basically Stuff by Bez everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. And yeah, if you want to know when I'm next going to be streaming, these days I am only streaming 1 day a week. I used to stream every day, but I'm no longer streaming more than 1 day a week until I finished Categorical and I finished We Whimsical Creatures. I actually want to tell everyone publicly, I'm doing a small announcement right now that I am making a commitment. I'm making a commitment to do 50 copies, just quick print-on-demand copies of We Whimsical Creatures. I'll draw 98 creatures, and so they all have to be drawn, which is quite a bit, and then print 50 copies to take to UK Games Expo. That will hopefully sell out, and then I'll do a Kickstarter for a second edition, where I'll kind of change the 10% of the monsters. That's my broad idea. What do you think of that,
That's
Molly?
cool. I like it. I think it's good.
Thank you. Yeah, recap. We had a lovely game. This has been Molly. I've been Bez. You know who you are. If you don't know who you are, then please find help. But I shouldn't joke too much about that. But I hope you are all excellent. I hope that you are all wonderful. Yeah, just thank you, everyone. Thank you, Molly.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Share, spread the word. Join the thing. Thank you for being here, Games of Fire. It's lovely to see you. Thank you, Flo. Lovely to see you. And I'm glad that that's exciting to you, Flo. Although I have to caution you that, oh my gosh, shipping between UK and USA has just changed so much in the past year and a half. It's kind of sad. But much love to you. So much love. So much love. We are now, as always. Oh, hello. Hello, Slivers. Oh, you are. Thank you, Slivers. That's such a lovely thing.
Oh, bummer. I'm sorry.
We are, as always, raiding Dave Loser, who should be going live in just a few minutes. In hopefully less than that even. I am going to go twitch.tv/loserpalooza. Let's see what's going on. Molly, what are you doing after this?
Work. It's only 4 o'clock here, so I'm going to go back to work.
Okay. Cool. Well, I am going to stay. I mean, normally Loserpalooza starts around 9ish. I don't know if they're streaming today. I will hang around for a minute, maybe. But if they're not, then maybe I will actually raid Board Game Blitz, who is doing some puzzle solving. Oh, there's Ambi doing some Rubik's Cube. Shall we raid Ambi instead? What do you think?
I'm going to have to go, Bez, but you stay on and decide that, okay?
I'm okay.
Cool.
Well,
bye, it's good to see everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Molly.
See you
Thanks
guys
for
soon.
popping in.
Definitely.
So we are going to read thank you very much. And so we are going to read the lovely, the wonderful Ambi at Board Game Blitz. And please, if you feel like you want to copy paste the love hearts, you can just copy paste some of them or all of them. It is entirely up to you. And give them, make an entrance and say hello. Ambi is just such a lovely, lovely person. And so for now, the only thing left to say is, of course, bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. And bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye, Keys. Bye-bye, Flo. Bye-bye, Games of Fire. Bye-bye, Slivers. Bye-bye, Slivers. And, yep, I will do some stretching after this. So just bye-bye, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, evening, whatever it is. Just stay safe, stay awesome, stay brilliant, be brilliant. Much love, so much love to you all. Bye-bye. 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 Bye, bye, bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go.